No one took it very seriously at all.
As they should not.
As they should not, because it's just Colorado Springs Summer League.
Yeah.
And yet, it was some of the best level of Ultimate I've played in a long time. I want to like the ladies. We added ourselves as a propaganda machine. We hate women. And I'm not misogynistic.
Olympic level mental gymnastics. This is how we rationalize it.
Yeah, we are a propaganda machine. We hate mixed.
Right. So I think we can either swing back to finishing out the mixed segment.
Okay. Yeah.
So wow, we've come quite full circle, I think.
Yes.
Quite a couple of hot takes, reasons for why there should be, I think, just always opportunities for people to play open throughout the entire year.
Yeah.
And then what did you say?
Opens and women's.
Yes, opens
there should
and
be
women's.
opportunity for women's to play women, or women to play women's Ultimate throughout the entire year.
Yes.
I am a strong proponent of that stance.
You die on that hill, Mark?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I will probably also die on that hill with you. But what did you say to the detractors or the people who would say, but we don't have enough people, Marco, to play opens and women's. We can only play mixed because we don't have enough people. What do you make of that stance / argument?
Who said build it and they will come?
I think that's Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams.
That is a
build it and they will come.
That is a fictional movie of someone
build it and they will come. They will walk out of the cornfield
and go
onto your frisbee field and play. The women will appear.
I would say that we definitely have enough men to play opens year round. Now, given that there are enough fields, right? I think another constraint or another argument might be, but we don't have enough fields to host all these masses of people playing.
Correct, but that might be an argument for a different day. But get us USA approval, and we have fields. It's that simple.
But the USA is SASCOC, South African.
USA is the University Sports South Africa.
Okay, there we go.
That allows universities to recognize Ultimate as a sport.
Which currently I don't think
it is not.
It is not.
The universities, it's a club sport, so the university recognizes that Ultimate is a club, but it is not.
Like the Bergentour
it's a sport.
Club. You can go hiking. There's a club at the university.
There's a club that exists.
They have more women, by the way. Because
they have a lot of women.
They have many women.
Yes.
Shout out BTK. Never went there. Big mistake.
Big mistake. Janeman did, and it didn't work out well for him. So
let's not drag Janeman into this, please.
I love you, Janeman. I went too, and it didn't work out for me. But
you made them all come try play Ultimate.
I did force all of them to come play Ultimate, and then they all stopped talking to me. But
so USA approval. Now, what would be a road to getting USA approval?
This is they're trying. I know that they're trying this next year. They want to host a mixed tournament in Cape Town, I think. UCT is behind it. Maties is behind it. I think Wits is behind it. They need to host a tournament with multiple universities. All they have to do is prove to USA that multiple universities are playing the sport, that there's some governing body like SAFTA.
Well, I mean, to be fair, SAFTA isn't registered at the moment as an MPO. They have it in the works. That's why UCT and Maties can't actually get payment because there's no vendor to be registered. So the only, real reason SAFTA exists, not to throw shade at the moment, is because they are recognized by WIFDF. So if you want to go and attend a WIFDF event, you need SAFTA recognition. But other than that, at the moment, SAFTA doesn't really do anything.
To attend a WIFDF event.
Yes.
Shout out US Opens. I see you guys.
But I digress.
Yeah.
So you just want to get USA approval, and then you say fields won't be a problem.
Fields will become less of a problem.
Okay.
Because you move up in the university. There's a hierarchy of sports at South African universities. We all know rugby, number one, especially at Stellenbosch. And then it's like cricket, hockey. Those are what we call high performance sports. Track and field. So they get a lot of resources. They bring in a lot of money. They have sort of some TV deals. They're more they can give out scholarships. They're fairly competitive. Then there's like everything else below that is what I would call like an Olympic sport, but like swimming. It's not necessarily filmed, but the university competes at a high level against other universities. It's a known sport. A lot of our swimmers here are actually training like for the South African Olympic team, putting in good work. But the university recognizes like, hey, we see you. You are a sport. We'll provide you with some of the resources that we have to make your sport happen. Because the university does want to be successful in the sports that it competes at. So USA is kind of like the governing body. It's like the NCAA in the US. It's like the official sports that South African universities compete at. And the university wants to win those. So if we get USA approval and we become a legitimate sport through USA, we kind of move up in the rankings in terms of how the university views us, and they go, okay, I see that you are a real sport. You're not just some club that when we talk to Matis, they're like, oh, frisbee, the thing you do on the beach with your friends.
Yes, and dogs get involved.
Yeah. They have no idea how Ultimate works because it's not a real sport. USA doesn't approve it. They don't really see how it works. So once we have USA approval, we get that stamp of approval from USA. Then we get some of the resources that the university has to offer. I know this because I just went through it with volleyball. And we were able to go from having essentially a grass court out here that we set up ourselves with balls we bought ourselves and a net we bought ourselves to an indoor court. And the university bought us 12 official indoor balls, which cost over 1,000 rand.
Ooh.
They also pay for our transportation to games. Mm-hmm. They've given us like the Matis vans and buses to take. They've bought us a driver. I mean, it's indoor, so we have lights, but yeah, there's.
But so then, how does that? And I think maybe segueing into another topic. How do you feel about varsity teams needing to compete against clubs that's been like around for years, with way experienced players? In general, like if we just look at what's happening in the rest of the world, is it normal for varsity clubs to compete against, or varsity sports to compete against, not semi-professional, but like well-established, well-run clubs with like people with years of experience in coaching?
It's not. I wouldn't say it's necessarily fair. Now, shout out to UCT. They've been successful at competing at high level Ultimate here in South Africa for a long time.
High level.
Within the South African context, they've beaten vast majority of the club teams. It's difficult because you can have like Chile Legends has been around forever. As essentially like you've played for them, but it's been like a very similar team for a very long time.
No, the stalwarts are still there, kind of keeping the club and the team alive. And
I'll use UCT as an example because Matis is a bad example of this. But UCT basically every four years loses people. Well, they lose people every year, but you kind of have a 4 year or 3-4 year lifespan of good players. Even if they kind of do masters and PhD or whatever, you're still limited into how long you can actually use those players. And so you're developing them and then you're sending them off to these other clubs who get to basically benefit from that. So it's not necessarily a fair system. Are we still recording?
We are still recording, and I think we still have enough space. We've been going on. This is some content. We'll probably be splitting this up.
We're going to split this up into a lot of pieces.
Segments. On that note, quickly, we need you to
vote. Go vote.
This after AGM.
Vote with us.
To swap the seasons around.
If you don't want to swap the seasons around, don't vote.
Don't vote.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Nothing.
We didn't mention anything. Go vote on the other proposal. I don't actually care about that one really at all.
I read the same proposal, but I can't remember what it was because I just care about you.
Yeah, you voting.
swapping the seasons around. Sorry, Marco, where were we? Talking about clubs and...
Clubs competing with universities. No, I'd like universities to compete with each other. No, we've gamed the system here at Matis in terms of having people who aren't Stellenbosch students play for us.
To be fair, I am an affiliated researcher and external worker at the university, so I'm technically
and Simon's been an affiliated researcher for 12 years now.
Simon's been putting in the work.
Yeah. Shout out to Simon. That's true. Janeman, I don't know how he's affiliated, but he's Afrikaans.
Whoops.
Our bad.
But I think because it's just a club and it's not a varsity team, there's no other club in Stellenbosch. And
there's no other club in Stellenbosch. They're allowed to play for us because it's not. Yeah, we're not a varsity team.
Not a varsity team, so I mean, you can just play for.
None of us actually have to be in varsity at all.
We can just play for the team. However, if the swap does come, it'll be more like UCT is, where it's like if you're not a UCT, you're not a student, you're not playing for us. I don't know how Cornet swinged it to play at Rocktober. But
they have somewhere, I think, in their
just
constitution.
Percentage-wise.
It's a percentage-wise, and like if you're coaching, you can play or whatever. I believe
a gray area.
Someone at UCT
maybe Cornet
figured that out.
Peeling back the ears.
Yeah, I'm sure someone at UCT will correct us in the comment section.
But I mean, no smoke. It just UCT
that's what I've heard.
Pretty strict.
This is just what I've heard. Yeah, but they have been really strict. But it's usually just one or two players.
Cornet is the self-proclaimed master of heckling, so I'm sure he'll just take this in his stride. If he ever hears this, which he probably
won't.
Because no one will.
No one will.
No one will.
We're like an hour and a half in? No.
50 minutes, probably running out of space.
Oh, okay.
That's why I quickly because full HD.
Yeah.
To get all of this at 60 FPS. Why not?
This is going to be... The people want to see this.
Rude awakening. It's like, oh, no one watched this once again. I guess we fail our way to
success. We're just going to keep doing it,
we just
Coach's Minute here. A Coach's Minute with your coach, Marco. You have to be bad at something before you can be good at it. And we're going to be bad at this for a long time.
Very long time.
Probably a very long time. Now, we'll watch the footage, we'll learn from our mistakes, but we're going to make a lot of mistakes. So it's going to take us a while, okay?
I mean, mistake number one, don't put your camera in the sun.
Mistake number one, don't put your camera in the sun while recording. We're going to make a lot of those. Over and over again. Not the same ones, because we'll learn. We're going to make every mistake you can make. And we'll get better, but it might take
to
years.
What end, we don't know. Like there might be
decades.
Some logistical problems with Marco.
I may move to America.
We'll find a way. Life finds a way.
Stefan may move to America with me. I have room.
The podcast might become annual.
Yeah. We may do this on the sideline of pickup frisbee in the U.S. We're going to make mistakes. But we will persevere.
I mean, it'll be strange though. It's almost like Marty's after beating UCT. Where do we go from here? Like that was the entire point of the season. Yeah. Like we just want to beat UCT. We beat UCT. Oh shit! What now? So if SAFTA AGM rolls around and they vote and we're done, I mean, but where do we even go from there? Do we just get Alex Atkins, ask him about his rocks?
No, we need Alex Atkins on this podcast.
Yes, which is clearly streamed live somewhere and being recorded.
I will send this to him on Instagram repeatedly until he comes on here and talks about his rock collection with us.
And we will just sit and be like, Alex, tell us about your rocks.
Alex, we will bring you, if you're watching, we will bring you South African rocks. I will find you the coolest
South African rocks right here.
We're going to find you the coolest South African rocks, and we're going to bring them to you.
Well, I mean, Marco is going to bring them.
I will bring them to you.
He'll bring you 20 kilograms worth of rocks. And
I will bring you so many rocks.
When his suitcase gets scanned,
you're going to be like, what the hell? Atkins needs his rocks. He needs them. You don't understand, sir. This is a matter of life and death. This is a national security issue. Alex Atkins needs his rocks.
I mean, we're kind of off our rocks right now.
That man doesn't even really know us.
No, he has no idea who we are. We briefly
met him. Briefly. He played the South African national anthem next to the field. And now I love him.
I think he was the guy that said when Joel went up and skied someone and there was a foul called, if that's a foul, I don't want to play Ultimate anymore. And at that moment, we fell in love with Alex Atkins.
I said, this guy knows how to turn a disc and he knows what a good rock looks like, and I love him. Anyway. No one cares here. They don't know who Alex Adkins is.
They should, though. Everyone should know.
Go on Google, look up Alex Adkins highlights at Mama Bird. Watch him sky some people.
2022.
Watch him be a beast.
Explosive.
Yeah.
I think he gets memed on by the Giant Bravo guys for not being particularly fast in the deep space.
He's not particularly fast. He doesn't look fast. He's got long legs.
He's still growing into his frame. Give him years.
That's another guy whose frontal lobe hasn't developed yet.
More than mine, probably.
Probably. I mean,
no. Looking at him, I mean, frontal lobe surely has to do with catching and skying people.
If that's the case, then his might be fully developed.
No. Alex Atkins' frontal lobe fully developed, just as a bit of a rock thing. So
yeah, he's just into rocks.
Yeah,
and we're here for it.
All the way.
All the way.
What were we talking about? Just again, we need you to vote.
We need you
at the Saturday AGM, swapping the seasons.
Please, for us,
for Travis,
for
Travis. He's been slaving away for 6 years.
hard.
Everything's been shot down. I think Nick's also been trying to get things going, and all his proposals just been shot in. He's been basically the proposals have been taken into a back alley, and just shot in the back of the edge. Proposal everywhere.
Yes.
So where were we even?
I don't know. Mixed. Bad, but not bad. Just let's do without it for a while and see what happens. Just see what could be. That's my general wrap-up statement.
Okay.
For mixed ultimate.
Let's
see what happens.
Ultimate
if we don't
down bad in general because of mixed. No.
Ultimate in South Africa is not. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Joburg. I'll say Ultimate in Cape Town is not trending in a good direction right now, and I think a lot of people know that and are starting to see it. Let's try not playing mixed or playing mixed alongside opens.
I mean, when opens is there, it doesn't mean mixed can't happen.
Yeah, we can play mixed alongside opens. Maybe let's try getting rid of clubs. Let's try just playing hat leagues.
It is.
Let's try a lot of stuff. Let's try some things.
Why do we need the same clubs to play the same other clubs with the same players year in, year out for half the year to get the golden piss pot because we beat you in Summer League?
Let's just try things. Because right now the clubs,
it's the same club.
People hate me mostly, I think, because they don't know me at all. And I'm out here in Stellenbosch, and they only see me come through on Monday night and yell obscene things about women. And then drive all the way back.
Things about women?
No, I just yell at Natalie because she can't catch a disc. Shout out to Natalie.
Shout out to Natalie.
Natalie, I'm sorry, you can catch. You can't. I'm sorry. Please come play with me. Please, Natalie. We need women to play mixed again.
Right,
but
you just learned nothing.
Nothing. I'm incredibly misogynist. No. Let's try. Playing on the same team. Let's mix it up. Let's do the Hat League kind of thing. Let's play together. Maybe you'll still hate me.
Hat League throughout the entire year.
Throughout the entire year.
There can be some tournaments over weekends if the clubs still
go
want
play
to
some
jostle
tournaments.
for
You want to go play
position,
nationals? Go play nationals.
You want to play regionals? Whatever. You can scream each other in your own time.
Who cares?
Yeah, but if the limitation
let's make the league Hat League. Let's mix it up. Let's make teams more fair so the games are more exciting. Because it's hard to convince someone to drive through from Stellenbosch just to get beat 15-1 every week. It's tough, okay? It's tough. It's a tough pitch. So let's mix it up. Let's spread that experience around. I know Cape Town likes to brag about how much experience some of them have and all this knowledge that the UMs possess that they need to pass on. Come pass it on. Let's mix it up in the Hat Leagues so you can spread your how to do your upline cut thingy or whatever Homebrew does with Hex, or how you can turf the disc at 70 meters instead of 50. I don't know what knowledge you guys possess out there, but I'm keen to learn. That's what I'm trying to say.
So, I think that's a good note to probably end it here. We'll probably dissect this content into more manageable sound bites on a more release
Yes.
schedule. Just again, shout out to our sponsors.
Shout out Raid Shadow Legends
HelloFresh and Manscaped.
Manscaped.
Yes, if you
Or Womenscaped. If you want to escape.
If your champion is hungry and in need of a fresh cut downstairs,
get them MMORPG champion is need some HelloFresh, some Manscaped.
Because when they busy,
get them out there on the field in Raid Shadow Legends.
When they're out there conquering and doing whatever Garrus in Raid Shadow Legends, they must get hungry.
They must.
And they must not have time to trim
their parts
at all.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, some of them are skeletons and have no air. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know that.
Like, some of them probably don't have any air. Yeah. Must be. Raid Shadow Legends. They have over 1 billion heroes and 1 million different themes to choose from.
Please sponsor us, Raid Shadow Legends. Please. I'm sorry to everyone who had to listen to this. I'm sorry to Natalie, because I know you listened to the whole thing.
Well, I mean, the whole thing is probably going to be like 7 minutes.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, Natalie listened to this every time we post. I'm sorry, Natalie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll probably make a channel. We'll get some AI art.
Like I said, I know we're bad, and it's going to be bad for a while.
This is probably as good as it gets.
This might be as good as it gets.
We might get different topics, but if you don't like this dynamic,
if you don't like this, I'm sorry.
It's probably not changing.
I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry.
But thank you for coming.
Smash that subscribe button. And again, I'm sorry.
Leave a comment down below about.
We know it's bad. Okay.
Where we can improve.
Yeah, tell us.
Tell us.
We will read all one comment.
Yes.
Leave your name.
Actually, just create a burner account so that we can't trace it back to you.
Yeah.
And have at it.
Yeah. Go hard. Tell us how misogynistic we are.
Oh yeah. So I mean, I think I've cancelled myself.
We're done. Like, it's over for us.
Yeah.
Neither of us are ever being president of anything.
Yeah. That's a tough look. That is.
That's a tough look for us.
But again, we need you.
Please vote.
To vote in the SAFTA AGM.
Vote in the SAFTA AGM for us.
Swap the seasons.
You know what you have to do. Please. For Travis.
For Travis.
For Travis.
Travis Myberg.
Yes.
Who's now married.
Remember, respect the Wombs.
Shout out.
Travis.
Yes. I think.
And that's all, folks.
I think we're gonna label this as the most painful.
I'm sorry.
The most painful ending to anything ever.
I apologize to my family.
Marco, I think you did your family proud.